It was just a few weeks ago that the Los Angeles Clippers were the laughingstock of the NBA.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
The Clippers had just made their big trade to bring James Harden in, bet the house on him, and they started things off by going 0-5 with Harden in the lineup and looking like a complete mess out there. No chemistry, and this group of players together just was not going to work. Fast forward to today, and we are in the last week of December, and it's looking more and more like the Los Angeles Clippers have figured things out. During the month of December, they went on a 9-game winning streak and are currently 10-2 to finish out the month. What has happened? 5-game losing streak in which they looked terrible to begin with James Harden to today where they're looking like an absolute juggernaut of a team. Answer to that is actually quite simple. They remembered that they have Kawhi Leonard on their team.
Got the paddock on my wrist, doing front flips, giving you my number, but
Yeah, who'd have figured a 2-time NBA champion, 2-time finals MVP, former defensive player of the year, 5-time NBA All-Star, voted into the NBA's top 75 players of all time. Yeah, who'd have thunk that that guy could be probably a big difference maker on the team?
What do you want me to say?
So I'm going to make 2 points about Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers and why they're becoming a success this season. Point number 1, Kawhi Leonard is starting to look like prime Kawhi Leonard again. If you remember back to the summer of 2019 when Kawhi Leonard first signed with the Los Angeles Clippers, he was fresh off of his championship with Toronto where he was the finals MVP, and there were many people that considered Kawhi Leonard to be the best basketball player in the NBA at the time. And this was at a time when you had prime Kevin Durant, prime Steph Curry, MVP James Harden, elite LeBron James, MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Of all those guys, Kawhi Leonard was considered by many to be the best player on the planet. So it came as no surprise when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George both arrived in Los Angeles. The Clippers automatically were elevated to a title contender, and if not for many, a title favorite. Today, we are currently in year 4 of the Kawhi Leonard, Paul George era of Clippers basketball. There are no titles to show for it. Now, there are many reasons why that can be, but one of the main reasons, and for me, the main reason that there hasn't been a title for the Clippers yet, is that Kawhi Leonard really has not been the same level of player in Los Angeles that he was in Toronto and in San Antonio. Maybe you can argue his first year in 2020, he was that player, and then COVID happened and everything was just weird. But since that 2020 year, the prime and elite Kawhi Leonard that we saw with the Toronto Raptors and that we saw with the San Antonio Spurs, that player has not shown up consistently for the Los Angeles Clippers yet. Now, it's no secret injuries absolutely played a part in affecting Kawhi's availability not only on the court, but when he was on the court, he just seemed to be a step slower. But during this 9-game winning streak that the Clippers just went on, there are glimpses of Kawhi Leonard looking like prime Kawhi Leonard again. During this win streak and through the month, Kawhi is averaging over 30 points per game. If you watch any of the Clippers' recent games, you can tell Kawhi is much more offensively engaged, calling for the ball, posting up smaller guards, beating guys off the dribble, and even starting to dunk on guys again. It seems Kawhi is making a point to be the offensive focus of the Clippers' offense now, like he was in Toronto, like he was in San Antonio. He's basically saying, I'm the alpha of this team. Everything goes through me. I will make us a success. Which then bounces me to my second point as to why the Clippers are beginning to be a successful team. And that is, they are realizing for them to be a success, the team needs to run through Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is the system, not anybody else. When James Harden first arrived, he of course brings a certain style of play that caters to Harden, very ISO heavy, pick and rolls, and it basically makes James Harden the focus of the offense and everybody else around becomes spot-up shooters. It seems like the Clippers kind of tried some of that in the beginning, and obviously it was not working. So somebody over there in Los Angeles got smart about it and said, look, this isn't working. This isn't going to get us anywhere. Let's try and give the ball to the guy who's won 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs. That might work. Since that shift where they've made Kawhi the focus of their offense, the Clippers have much more chemistry. It seems like guys can play their roles a lot better. Harden obviously has to adjust, but it seems like he's starting to figure it out, finding places where he can get his offense in off of Kawhi Leonard creating. Paul George is there for his spot-up shooting and driving and scoring abilities. Russell Westbrook comes off the bench and brings that energy and leads the second unit when those guys go out. That is the system that is going to make the Los Angeles Clippers title contenders. It's not James Harden. It's not Paul George. Not Russell Westbrook. System runs through Kawhi Leonard. All those guys are absolutely important and vital to the Clippers' success moving forward, but Kawhi Leonard has proven he leads teams to championships. And the Clippers are figuring out if we give Kawhi the reins to this team, he can lead us to a successful season. And if this Clippers team can buy into that and run with that the rest of the season into the postseason, it might be scary hours for the rest of the NBA, man. What do you guys think? Have the Clippers figured things out and looking like they may be a title contender moving forward? Or do they still have bigger problems and they'll just be a team that fizzles out come playoff time? Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Ha 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 ha.